The unofficial fan club of Ernie Biggity Balthazar presents Chicky. Oh, is that right? Yep, that is right. Chicky Chess, Biggity Blitz style. We have here Chess Explained representing Germany versus kingscrusher representing Great Britain. Wowzers, holy cowzers, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the most exciting game you've ever heard or seen or thought about or even conceived, ladies and gentlemen. Here comes 1 sec. You ready? Sure. Let's go. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, D4, C4. Wowzers. It's a King's Indian diggity defense, ladies and jiggly gentlemen, boys and giggly girls. King's Indian diggity defense here from our heroic hero, kingscrusher versus chessxplained. 4 minutes and 50 seconds on the clickety-clack clock versus 4 minutes and 50 seconds for kingscrusher. Plenty of tickety time. Very offensive play style here for chessxplained. He's got his ELO of what? Pretty crazy high O. Wowzers! Holy cowzers! 2,600 versus 2,400 for kingscrusher. When did kingscrusher start crushing kings so diggity bad? No wonder why the International Criminal Court had a warrant for him for crushing too many kings. But he beat that chess player, so now he's free to crush more kings. Chicky chess. Blitz style. Being brought to you, of course, as it always is, by Ernie Biggity Balthazar's YouTube channel. He's super sweet, duper diggity sweet miggity man from Miggity Manila in his super sweet channel. I like how white is looking. Chess Explained. Kingscrusher might be in trouble. He just might be in trouble. Chess Explained taking a little bit more time than kingscrusher, however, to make his miggity moves, and that could be really important in winding on diggity down. Look how fast kingscrusher, he's so riggedy ready to make any miggity move that he can make that move as soon as his opponent makes his move. He's got click, makes the move, he's got his hand nodded. His opponent still has, I still have my hand on my piece. He's like, I don't care, 4 moves ahead, my name's kingscrusher. I'm so used to crushing kings. Look at my crazy high ELO, crazy high though. 2,400, but he's up against his miggity match here with 2,600. That's like insanely high. Chess Explained, Germany, jiggity Germany. Chess Explained is super diggity duper high. No players castling so far in this game. Wonder where they're gonna castle. Wonder when they're gonna castle, I should say. Gonna be a crazy cray, deciding where to castle. Where'd this bishop come from? I thought you were already developed, but no, I guess not. His horses taking up all his diggity time, but they're so riggedy ready. Here's the kiggity castle, kingside castle for both biggity players. Ladies and jiggly gentlemen, boys and giggly girls, a gaggle of giggly girls. We can see all liggity laughing at chessexplained.chessworld.net or whatever he's advertising for. Chess Explained has 3 minutes and 25 seconds versus 4 minutes on the clickety-clack clock. Kingscrusher's made every single move within a whole miggity minute, and that could wind up being very positive for him later in the game, ladies and gentlemen. He's already getting riggedy ready for a kingside assault. Look at it. He's so riggedy ready to miggity move. He doesn't care what his opponent's gonna do. He's so riggedy ready to move his riggedy rooks. He's like, are you gonna move up here? Nope, you're not. Ha ha. Chicky kingscrusher. About ready to crush this king. He's so riggedy ready. He's got his crying king crushing boots. These are my king crushing boots I wear whenever I crush kings. Actually, I crush kings in flip-flops generally, but unfortunately for you, I've got my kingscrusher biggity boots on, and now it's time to crush another king. That's 2 minutes 43 seconds. He's shaking in his booties. Chess Explained now shaking in his biggity booties. He's out of tickety time. Well, he's got lots of time on the clickety clock, but kingscrusher's so dang confident, oozing confidence. He moves his horse here, moves his horse there, and does the hokey pokey too. Boy howdy, ladies and jiggly gentlemen, boys and giggly girls, this is gonna be the epic hall of heroes he will be placed into. Kingscrusher, one of the greatest chess players there ever was, except for Ernie Biggity Balthazar. Let's go get a picture of him. Interrupt this game. Ernie Biggity Balthazar! I'm part of the official fan club of Ernie Biggity Balthazar, Biggity man from Miggity Manila. Here we can see, ladies and jiggly gentlemen, boys and giggly girls, it's gonna be Chicky Chess Biggity Blitz style, put on display by Chess Explained and Kingscrusher. Chess Explained's got 2 minutes on the clickety-clack clock versus 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Kingscrusher just so dang. I could see why he's got such a crazy high ELO. 2,600 though. So that's a lot. That's a biggity mountain to biggity climb. This is one of the biggity best players ever dang meet, ever dang see. But King's Crusher's playing biggity blitz style. Fortunately for them, or biggity maybe is fortunately for them. White looking all right. He's looking a little bit all right here against King's Crusher. He just needs a little bit more tickety time on the clickety clack clock. He needs to. His baby, squalling baby, is probably taking up all this tickety time. Quit crying, little baby over there. Eat your candy. Why you feeding baby to candy? Oh, dang it. I need to get a biggity better joke, ladies and jiggly gentlemen, boys and girls. Get a biggity better joke, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Our Chess Explains versus King's Crusher. King's Crusher, don't even wear a crown when you're around King's Crusher. Could be fatal for you. I see him dancing around on crowns all the time, and I said, oh, there's another unfortunate soul trying to wear a crown right around King's Crusher. He doesn't even mean to crush him. He accidentally slips, falls, lands on his biggity butt, and bounces up, and then lands on the king and crushes him on accident. Completely, utterly on accident. He just crushes kings. And that's why the International Criminal Court had to let him go after the Duel of Fates. A combat trial by combat where he defeated Hotkey, the International Criminal Court's justice dude, who came in there is like, I'll prove he's guilty. Ha! Nah, King's Crusher. It was totally, utterly, undisputably, irrefutably an accident that he accidentally crushed Kings, because his name's King's Crusher, because he was given that name before. It was on his biggity birth certificate before he was ever biggity born. He was already crushing kings in the womb, kicking the stomach of his mama, and then there happened to be King's butt there, so that king was like kicked in the butt by him before he got out of his mama's tummy, and she's like, well, that's a King's Crusher down there in my tummy. Chicky. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 minutes and 45 seconds on the clock for King's Crusher, 1 minute and 15 on our heroic hero Chess Explained. Too biggity busy explaining chess to he's gonna riggedy run out of time with all the explaining he's been doing, ladies and gentlemen. But he's got a very good position on the biggity jiggity chessboard. Very good position. He's all up in the biggity business of King's Crusher. King's Crusher, no, he can diggity dance around. He's just gonna diggity dance around. He's like a jiggly jester, like Rigoletto destroying the diggity duke, except for murdering his own diggity daughter. That's not good. No, that's not actually good. He's not like that. He's like my heroic hero, Ernie Biggity Balthazar, the biggity man from Manila, the super diggity duper coolest chickity chess player in the entire wiki world times 10,000. That's a compliment, and that's a compliment, King's Crusher. To say you're like Miggity man from Miggity Manila is a super diggity duper compliment. Under 1 Miggity minute left on the clickety clack clock. Under 1 Miggity minute for our heroic hero from the country of Germany. 2 minutes and 16 seconds on the clickety-clack clock. I predict that King's Crusher is just gonna diggity dance around. That's all he's gotta do is just do a little jiggly. King's Crusher juggling. He's juggling and just dancing all around. He's got so many seconds on the clickety-clack clock. He might take a vacation. Might see him a week or two. He's got paid vacation for his employment. They say, man, you've got to use up these vacation days. So I'm playing chess anyway. I got to take a vacation. So he's going to take a vacation because he's got 1 minute 54 seconds compared to 38 seconds for Chess Explained. And this game just going to be insane in the near future as it wiggity winds on diggity down. Ladies and jiggly gentlemen, boys and giggly girls, and gaggle of giggly girls. Wiki chicky Chess Biggity Blitz style. Being brought to you by Ernie Biggity Balthazar. Miggity man from Miggity Manila. Alright, we see here King's Crusher gonna try to protect his king. White, Chess Explained, gonna try to make it happen within the next 24 seconds. It's gonna be the final countdown, the final struggle, the final assault. King's Crusher gonna be looking to exchange on diggity down. His bishop's completely, utterly out of place. He knows he's just gotta survive for just a quick little spate. Ladies and jiggly gentlemen, boys and giggly girls, is he gonna actually, I think he's gonna take that biggity bishop and sacrifice it, or whaley. He's gonna look, he's got 1 minute 21 seconds on the clickety clack clock. No need to rush. He's gonna crush. You're gonna crush this king anyway because they're out of tickety time. There's no way you could get biggity beat in 22 seconds. You just gotta diggity dance all around and have tickety teased. As I said, he wanted to exchange that queen on diggity down, which he did do. A very good jiggity jig he's dancing up here, ladies and jiggly gentlemen, boys and giggly girls. This game is insane. It winds on diggity down. 45 biggity moves on their chessboard so far. Under 5 minutes, 51 seconds on the clickety clack clock for King's Crusher to 20 seconds for our heroic hero Chess Explained. Alright, King's Crusher gonna be making his biggity moves ever so quickly. As he can see, he's down to 42 seconds and down to 17. There's the exchange. Now King's Crusher slipping right by. Quarterback sneak. He's gonna riggedy run run right biggity by. Quarterback sneaked. No, he's gonna resign. White wins. He tried a quarterback sneak but couldn't get away. Chicky, quarterback sneak. Chicky, Ernie biggity, Balthazar. Chicky chess.